Okay. Welcome back to the Holy Island. Just kidding. We're in your local movie theater parking lot. I'm Mara.
And I'm Gio.
And we are fresh out the film.
Yes, we are. Actually, not as fresh as normal.
No.
Still very fresh.
Yeah.
Don't get us wrong. You know, we are true to the movie theater parking lot promise. We come out the movie and we go and talk about it. But we had some folks here today with us. My friend of the podcast, Elliot, and other friend of the podcast, Ellie. And they joined us for today's movie. We had a nice little chat afterwards.
Yeah.
It was good. We only going to see movies with you for so long. It's amazing getting to talk, but you mentioned it just a second ago, like the boost that you get from seeing how other people view a movie when you like already we are in podcast mode because of that. You know, it's like, oh yeah, I'm ready to fucking
For sure, because they're saying things and I'm thinking like, oh, I can talk about that.
100%, and just the differences in perspective too. Like it's so cool to see because I get, you know, more and more I think we'll start to be able to predict how each other see movies.
Right.
You know, I'm still waiting for the movie that really splits us, you know, drives a wedge. That's what we want. That's what the listeners want.
I know. Do you think there will be one coming up this summer that'll split us? Can you do a promo for a movie coming up that you think might?
You know what I think is going to split us? Is Fantastic Four. I got a very big soft spot for Marvel, and this is like a very good switch up for Marvel for me, though, like, because it is getting a little stale. I think that movie for you is just going to feel like another Marvel movie, and it's going to send us off on a different course.
I do. I'm trying to remember who the cast is of that movie.
Pedro Pascal, Joseph Quinn. I think I'm out there. I got 3 more faces floating around. It's terrible. I should know.
I'm having an issue because I can't spell fantastic. Wonderful. Anyway, yeah, no, just based on those two, I think I'm gonna like that movie.
Yeah.
Based on the cast.
That's good.
I saw when we saw the trailer. We didn't see it today, but when we've previously seen the trailer, based on the cast, I was like, yeah, I'll enjoy this.
That could be. As long as there's no Russell Crowe, you are good to go.
I fucking hate Russell Crowe.
I gotta get you like a Russell Crowe shirt or something.
I hate Russell Crowe.
So you can burn it on your birthday.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I hate him so much.
Don't blame you.
Anyway.
Actually, I do blame you, but we can't get into that now.
No.
We have to wait for Ooh! Not the perfect segue because we're not at this point, but Aaron Taylor Johnson, who was in Gladiator 2, played the dad in this movie.
Yeah.
Which is, look at that connection there. So
his wife,
Gladiator movie and
do you know about his wife?
No.
She's like 60.
Oh my god, I thought you were gonna say 16.
No.
That's better.
No, she's 60, but they met when he was 18 at like an audition or like a role.
A May December situation.
Well, I mean, sort of. Like, he was
It's
technically legal, but she was, like, 40 or something.
That's weird.
Or, like, late 30s. I'm not sure exactly, but, like, it's strange.
May December taught me that is okay.
No!
That's what I got from that movie.
No! What the fuck?
Do they have kids?
I think she has kids. Like, she has kids that I think are, like, close in age to him.
Those poor family. Well,
they've been married for like a long time. It's crazy. I'm sorry. I had to bring that up.
No, I did not know that.
I have to bring that up anytime someone mentions him.
Damn. Well, yeah, it was a good segue, I guess, into that.
Not that it really worked. Oh my god.
All right, so
it's a security card.
On to our next security card is about it for us.
Yeah, so we went to the movie with friends of the podcast.
Yep.
Gio's friends, and yeah, it was actually a pretty full theater. It was our cursed theater. I think it was the theater from Wicked.
Yep, theater number 13. Wait a minute. This is episode number 13. That's kind of nuts.
Wait, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm 90% sure. I'm gonna double check that.
Okay.
But keep going.
Yeah, so we were in our cursed theater. Everything seemed fine, and that's one of like the smaller theaters, and it was pretty full. Like pretty much our entire row, except for like the end seats, was filled.
It was great. It was a little bad because the people coming with us wanted to get seats next to us, and they were buying them at the place.
They did not.
It was a little tough, but this is our 13th episode, by the way. So fucking watch out, dude. There's a lot of 13s popping up today. Yikes.
Uh-oh.
But yeah, that theater sucked the last time we went in it.
It was fine.
It was actually just, no audio problems, nothing on the screen like last time. There was like a little thing on the screen last time. You remember, like a little piece of fuzz or something in the middle?
Yeah.
Not good. But this time it was fine. As the movie was beginning, though, I think was the funniest moment of the day, possibly, where everything went quiet and like the starting credits are rolling. You know, we're going through to see which studios are making this or helping with this movie.
The lights are going down.
Yep, lights are going down. And 2 seats over from me, to my right, is a gentleman just kind of picking through a bag of some sort. You know, chip bag. It could be popcorn, and you can just hear it just kind of like rustling around. It wasn't that bad of a sound.
But it's completely silent.
Yeah, it's dead silent, so you can't hear it. And then the lady next to him leans over towards him and says, audibly to the entire theater at that point, "You're being so loud." And I just...
See, I did hear that. It was so funny. And it was dead silent, and me and Gio are both laughing.
Yeah, we're trying
so
to stifle our
hard.
laughter. Oh my god.
She was like eating like a Nutella, like one of those like Nutella and like breadstick like type like dipper things, you know?
That's a good movie snack. Yeah, I'd say so.
So.
A little Nutella.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the beginning.
So we were trying not to fucking laugh at the start of that.
Not really the vibe you're trying to catch going into a thriller. But,
yeah, zombie movie.
Yeah.
So.
We head to the, what is it? Our numbers then, I believe.
Our numbers?
Yeah, budget, things like that.
Oh.
I did look at the ratings, so don't make me guess any ratings, because I would cheat.
I never make you guess ratings.
Just in case.
I'm sorry, I couldn't find my phone for a second.
Yeah, left me trying to stall on it.
It was on the ground. We're in a very small car right now.
Yeah. I'm between cars.
So it was right on the ground in front of me because it's very close to where my hands are. Okay. If you didn't see the title of this episode or haven't got it by zombie movie that we watched that came out this week, we saw 28 years later.
Years. Not days. Not months.
That's what I said.
Years. Sorry, no, I'm just clarifying it for the audience.
So I was gonna follow that up with, that is the sequel to 28 Weeks Later, which is the sequel...
Months.
No.
It's month. Wait. Oh yeah, it's weeks. Sorry, I made the months joke earlier, so I'm way off.
Can you let me fucking talk?
Sorry. Whoops.
The sequel to 28 Weeks Later, which is the sequel to 28 Days Later.
Which is kind of a mean older brother to the fantasy movie of My 28 Months. Which never came out.
There is no 28 months later. They skipped months.
Which is kind of bullshit. Like, can we take a second on that? That's a little bit frustrating, right? I think everybody's... You watching 28 Weeks Later and you know what's coming next. It's very simple. There's one more step before you get to years, and for whatever reason, while we're in the time of milking sequels, months is nowhere to be found.
I don't know. Well, it is like 20 years later, isn't it?
I'm testing your ability...
Like in real time.
Well,
it's usually I can just roll through this and then we start talking.
Yeah, no, you're telling me you want to, develop your hosting skills. Yeah, no. You got to be ready to move me on. You have to do it at the perfect time, Make it feel natural.
So I literally have only said 3 things. Like, I've only said the movie title so far. I have a few more things to get through.
All right.
Okay?
I'll see if I can hold my tongue.
Just try. It is directed by Danny Boyle, written by Alex Garland, starring Jodie Comer, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and Ray Fiennes. I don't know why I couldn't find the name of the little boy that was basically the lead, because he was not in, like, the starring on IMDb, and then when I scrolled, he also wasn't there, and then I kind of forgot his name, and I didn't look any harder.
That's so sad.
Because I wanted to get into the episode.
You can continue. I'll find it.
Okay. I'm so much. The estimated budget was... Do you know the budget?
I don't. I was thinking about it during the movie, though, this time. So, I'm kind of... It's a third movie. I think since it's not just Danny Boyle, Alex Garland's got a little bit more history.
Well,
I think they trust him a little bit more with a big budget.
Okay.
Danny Boyle did the original, too.
Right. 3.
I think I'm going to sit at 50 million.
50 million?
Yep.
Very close. 60 million.
Damn, yeah. I was between 50 and 100 because I was like, I'm not going to get it exact. I have to get better first before I go for the exact guess. 50 is a pretty solid. It was... I could tell based on the set pieces that it was not one of those 100+ movies, Like, specifically, like, the way the whole train was set up, just how, like, getting in the forest fast and everything, never really getting to see the large parts of that island that they were kept on, so, yeah.
And it is very much shot like a low-budget movie.
Yeah, 100%. Real fast, I have the name of the kid from this movie, the lead, Alfie Williams. Yep. He
was very good.
What has he been in? The Lord knows. We'll move forward. It doesn't say.
Okay, do you want to guess how much it made opening weekend?
Opening weekend? I know that The Materialists just did 12 million because I saw that on Instagram today, which is kind of...
What's The Materialist?
It's a movie that came out last week with Pedro and Chris Evans and Dakota Johnson.
What?
Yeah.
Love.
Yeah,
okay.
Another one that we missed. But I'm going to go with 20 million.
You keep being 10 million off.
30 million.
Yep.
Okay, my next guess, I'll go 10 million.
Now it's made about 60 million. So, they'll be fine. They'll make that back. It's not, doing amazing, but they'll be good.
I wonder what they expected.
It's Tuesday, by the way. So the Tuesday after this movie came out, June 24th.
Yeah.
For reference for how much it's made.
I do think the marketing budget was pretty large for this movie based on how much reached me. Significant amount. I'd never seen any of the movies before.
More money. They'll be in theaters for at least 2 more weeks. They'll go on some streaming service. Yep. So they'll be fine.
100%.
But not doing amazing.
Yep.
Okay, so on Letterboxd, it is rated a 3.6 out of 5, IMDb a 7.2 out of 10, and a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
So that's a difference, right? The 90, because it's normally 10, so that the 7.2 to the 90% of Rotten Tomatoes, that's probably one of the bigger differences we've had. The critics seem to like this movie a lot more. I would not have predicted that. I genuinely, I think critics could pick this fucking movie apart. I thought this would be fan-pleasing much more than critic-pleasing. It's interesting.
Yeah, no, I thought the same thing. I was shocked when I did I was like, oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, Jesus.
And I believe the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes was around 78 or 81 or something like that.
That's consistent with IMDb, at least. That's really interesting. I have some thoughts about that.
Yeah.
Not now. I'm not gonna say them now.
Okay. Are you ready to get into the story?
Yeah, I actually have one thing up front real fast, which
okay.
Us, we can't get through a movie without talking about a little controversy up front. This is a much more minor controversy than we've been talking about.
Huh? I already talked about one.
Did you? Oh, the Aaron Taylor. Yeah. We did hit the hey, that's another reason to add that in as a segment. But basically, I just want to talk about the Cillian Murphy misunderstanding. I still don't know if it's Cillian or Cillian. I'm going with Cillian. Sorry, guys. But the star of 28 Days Later, the original movie, does not appear in 28 Years Later, although a trailer resembling a zombie that we only saw for a few moments in this movie sparked a bunch of fan speculation because the zombie looked exactly like Cillian Murphy. In fact, right now, look at the thumbnail of this episode. It's going to be that zombie. And that is what people thought was Cillian Murphy. And if you're looking at it, you cannot blame them.
Okay, but here's the thing. When I saw that photo that everyone thought was Cillian Murphy does look like him. But then when I saw that zombie in the movie, it did not look like him.
That's very true, and I don't think the exact shot that we saw from the photo was even in the movie.
So I'm wondering if that was even like an edited photo that someone put out.
Wow, so you think it was a marketing play?
Maybe.
Right? I mean, that would be the motivation behind that, is you leak something to a news service and then have that news service put it out. Could have been the same news service that said it was Cillian Murphy, like I was talking about earlier. But yeah.
Skillian?
Yeah, I'm calling him Skillian now, just to be sure I'm butchering it. But yeah, it was just kind of a very, I like to think that's a marketing thing, especially because of how much that zombie was in it. So I'm very much happy with our interpretation there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
No, that's what I was like, it has to be edited. Or like the lighting is like different, so he just like looks really different. I don't know.
It was a smooth move if it was planned. If not, a very happy accident.
Yeah.
I thought that was Toothless on your phone right there, by the way, for a second.
That was
Literally,
my cat.
In my head, yeah, it was your
My
cat.
cat Cinnamon. Shout out.
Right,
She'll never hear this.
Ready for this? Oh, that's so sad. You should play it for her.
No. When I'm like gone, I just play it.
She'd probably love it, just hearing your voice. She'd be
me yelling.
freaking out when she hears me.
She'd be freaking out when she heard me yelling.
Oh, that's true. Where is she? Okay, that's sad.
Yeah, what the fuck?
We go on to the story then?
Yes, please.
Alrighty. Our story begins with some credits, I believe, that were just basically setting up where we are and what's happened. It was explaining the first two movies, essentially, with just like 4 chyrons. And they were really just describing that initially there was a breakout and it was held on an island, and then the island, like the quarantine zone, was expanded. I don't know, it's just a bunch of setup to say that now the entirety of England is a quarantine zone.
Yeah.
Outside of this little island. But
right.
I don't think they actually say that yet.
Right.
Then the story begins. So it opens in the Scottish Highlands. A boy named Jimmy is watching Teletubbies with his sisters. We were freaking out. We looked at each other right when this started. We're like, fuck no. What,
also,
Teletubbies?
If you remember what we said earlier, we were just fucking trying not to be laughing our fucking asses off in this silence, and then all of a sudden, Teletubbies. So it was a real change of emotion there.
It really was.
It really snaps you out of the laughter when you see the fucking Teletubbies.
Well, my fear, meter went up like 200% right there, because I was like, oh my god, what is gonna happen with fucking Teletubbies? Like, what are they gonna do here to freak us out? Because I do not like the Teletubbies already.
Yeah.
Putting them in a horror film.
No.
Jesus
what the fuck?
Christ. But this is all happening until the kids. It's a bunch of kids in this room, and this kid's mother arrives in a panic. She basically just said the kids stay here, locked them in the room for safety. But unfortunately, there's a bunch of infected in the house, so they're just freaking moving through the house, breaking shit. You can hear them outside, and they eventually break through the door and start attacking and killing all the kids. They don't show it, but it's bad enough. It's a shot where you can see the screen Teletubbies, right? Yeah. On one half, and then you can kind of see like the top of the zombie's head who's like chewing up kids. It's fucking dark, man.
Yeah, it's just like straight off the bat.
Yeah.
A bunch of kids getting eaten by zombies.
Yeah, it's for where this movie goes action-wise, it's an insane
It starts
opening.
off with a bang.
Yes.
And like almost doesn't reach that point again.
Yeah. You could argue that it doesn't.
Yeah.
You could easily, and I might.
And I'm sorry, we should have mentioned this up top. We did watch the 2 other movies.
Oh, yeah.
And throughout this, I will be referencing some information about those other movies that I liked about those that, like, wasn't in this.
For sure, yeah. So we're already full spoilers podcast, but also spoilers for 28 days later and 28 weeks, not months later.
Yes.
Good move.
I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that earlier. I just remembered. Please continue.
Jimmy escapes the room, but his sisters are not so lucky. He runs out of the house and is just booking it. Actually, before he gets out of the house real fast, his mom gives him... I love when a parent sacrifices themselves for their kid. It's a very nice act in a zombie movie.
Yeah, or when, any adult, like, sacrifices themselves for a child.
Oh, yeah.
Which doesn't happen in the start of 28 Weeks Later.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, it's a very big difference from 28 Weeks Later. They made that point very early on, and with the way that everybody else cares about people as well. It's not an every man for themselves type story, which 28 Weeks Later for a while. I mean, it says you do need to get numbers by the end of it, but it's a big every man for themselves story.
Yeah.
But he runs all the way to a nearby church where his father, where a priest... That's not his father, right? I thought it was because he was screaming, "Father, Father, Father."
You're so right. That's what you call a priest.
Right, but this story, which is online, also thought it was a dad. So you're not wrong at all. I had to correct myself because once I realized it was a priest, I was like, oh, that makes more sense. But this priest is just preparing for the infected to come for him.
Damn, I'm so stupid. And we grew up Catholic. What the fuck?
Dude, well, trust me, the amount of people who didn't grow up Catholic who are going to think that that's his dad, off the charts. I don't think it really matters, to be honest. It could be his dad.
Yeah, but you don't call it priest.
True.
Oh, what the fuck? Yeah, I literally thought that was his dad until this moment. Okay, I'm so sorry. Continue.
But yeah, this priest is basically... somehow how priests find great ways to work verses around to say whatever they want. This priest had found a way to, when the zombies came for him, he decided it was his judgment day. So this was the day that he was going to die, and he was going to either go to heaven or hell. And this was like a very holy moment for him. So he's basically just sitting back, and as the zombies are breaking into this church, he's just spreading his arms wide, but like, accept me or whatever. He was just ready to go, and it was a weird... They did not go any further into the religious aspect.
Hold on. Something's coming back. Isn't that like a real thing in the Bible? Like I don't know what religion.
Judgment Day, yes.
Like when everyone's gonna die.
Yeah, I can find the verse.
Eventually isn't there a specific name for that other than that?
I think it's just Judgment Day. That's what I've always heard. At least that's what's talked about in movies. But the verse is Matthew 26:36-37. But I say to you that for every idle word men may speak, they will give account of it in the day of judgment. For your words will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned.
Yikes.
Yeah, so... I don't think we know enough to go into interpretations of this verse. We know his interpretation. I'm currently reading the Bible, so I will eventually have an interpretation, but I don't know on this one. To me, it screams more about afterlife than it does to this life.
Right.
Judgment Day.
Yes.
But, I mean, I don't know. What are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about there's another name for that.
I can try.
I'm sorry. It's really not important. It's just stuck in my mind. There are so
Day of
many...
Judgment, Last Day, Court of Conscience, Crack of Doom,
Jesus
End of the World. Any of those ring a bell?
No.
Alright, I'm gonna move us forward then. I'm sorry.
There are so many fucking bugs outside.
But yeah, that's right before Jimmy's father died, by the way, he did give a crucifix necklace to his son.
The priest.
Sorry, yeah, priest died. He gave a crucifix necklace to Jimmy.
Was it his father? Or does this just have it wrong?
This has it wrong, 100%. Without a doubt. But it doesn't matter because I'm reading it wrong, so I'm still fucking it up. But the horde of infected bursts through the church, and Jimmy's got to run again. So
okay, well, IMDb says Jimmy's father.
IMDb's got it wrong. I'm 100. He would have said dad somewhere in there. He would have said papa.
I feel like he did.
Did he?
I feel like he might have.
It doesn't matter. This guy's already dead.
Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I just want to be giving accurate information on our podcast.
Nobody gives it.
Sorry,
he could
sorry
be a
that
father.
I don't want to be spreading.
He could be a spiritual father.
Truths.
I mean, he could be anything.
Like, it would have made more sense why he gave the necklace to him.
It would. All right, we'll go with Jimmy. That's Jimmy's father. This guy's right. They shouldn't have fucking confused people that much. This shouldn't be a conversation that should need to be had. Either make him his father or don't. You know, make it obvious.
Maybe you just missed the line and they completely made it.
But the fact that I'm
please continue.
The fact that I'm able to miss that line, the fact that we're able to have this conversation is a mistake. They need to make that abundantly clear or not.
Well,
you can't have it in the middle to where if he said dad one time, but he said father about 20 times, you know how easy it is for somebody to miss dad in there, or to be like, oh, I heard father the first time and I see a priest, I know what this is. Like that's.
Well, you got to think about the.
No, we can get into this, dude. Let's do it.
No.
What?
The rage virus?
Oh yeah, there's more text on screen that apparently states that it's called the rage virus, laid waste to the UK and was driven back from continental.
Did this you not is all know
that I mentioned up front. No, I didn't.
That's like mentioned so many times in the first movie.
Fucking.
I remember because I was like, that's a stupid ass name.
Yeah, luckily it was stupid enough that it went right past my blinders.
Did you watch the first ones with subtitles?
No.
Probably why.
Some of those accents, by the way. Oh my god, you couldn't hear shit.
Yeah.
There was a full combo.
It's a lot of the talking was also really quiet, which I did notice in the first movies as well.
Was it in the second?
Yeah, the first two.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I would turn it up for the volume, and then like when action would happen, it would just like fucking be so loud.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
It's honestly for a horror movie that's kind of great.
I mean, yeah.
But yeah, this was all the text that I read up front. But then we fast forward to 28 years later after Scotland. And we have a community of survivors who formed a village in Lindisfarne. A man named Jamie
is on the Holy Island.
The Holy Island.
I want to say that just to make it clear why I said that in the beginning. Want to mention that. Okay, please continue.
Dude, I've never heard of that. It's just, I love that. How did they even coin that name? Just the Holy Island. Nothing. It's so good.
Sure.
And what happened to that island to make it holy?
I don't know.
Not on this podcast. You can check out our other podcasts on history on certain landmarks. All right. Yeah, Jamie's preparing his son Spike to go outside the gates of the community to kill his first infected with his bow and arrow as a part of a coming-of-age ritual. This is kind of given to us gradually, where it's not just told up front what he's doing initially. He's going out to do it, and we kind of see little pieces that make up the picture. But it really is just a ritual of, well, they have to scavenge. So basically, when you turn a certain age, you
12.
go out. It's supposed to be 15, according to that other lady. Yeah, that's why this is interesting, because this kid was 12. But you turn a certain age and you have to go out for one night. This is basically, I'll tell a quick story here. This is basically just like initiation in the hunting lodge, where I think I went through a like really pussy version of it. But what our dad told me about was you go out to the lodge and you're given just a flashlight, I believe, and a lighter, one of the two, and they drive you out from the lodge to somewhere in the woods, and you have to find your way back to the lodge. So it's like the same type of thing, basically. It's just the initiation to like become, I assume, a man in that society, or a hunter, or whatever it is. Yeah. Sorry.
Just classic, like, man.
Like we would revert back to many more things like that, I think, if we were in this world, unfortunately.
In like all of time, there's like, you like, cut a head off a deer when you're a man. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it is. Men have always been the protectors, like the hunters. So it makes sense that they're the ones going out. I think the further that you get into like this dystopian world of everything being ruined, I think the closer you get back to those roles. And it's neither a good nor bad thing.
Right.
It's just what you fall into because of body type, because of conditioning across generations, and just because
because
your history.
You are conditioned, and they put themselves into those roles.
100%. Well, initially they didn't put themselves into those roles, so it's partly conditioning and it's partly your ancestors, of like why we fall into that. But I think that like there's so much in this movie that's just so well done for where I think we would be and what. There's a conversation that happens later where it's just a dude from the mainland talking to a dude in this quarantine land. And they can't get anything right. And the references are all off. They don't understand what each other are talking about. And it's just like, they do a great job of building up how this world would actually feel.
Yeah, I mean, I would go into this more, and I'm sorry to stop the story for a sec, but I would go into this more if we were going into, like, a podcast on the first movie. But, like, for me, all three of these movies, you can tell, are very much, like, I don't know how to put it, because I've obviously
testosterone driven,
like very much like in the very like general sense of written by a man.
100%. Well, it is.
Like yes, yeah. But like in the sense of like the most true version of that meaning, where it's just like, oh, I can tell that in like in every way.
I don't, in my opinion, I don't think that makes, at least in these movies, the female characters bad, which is much better than normal for male writing, or well, in history for male writing. I think there's strong female characters in both the first movies, which is really important. But yeah, it's totally through male lens.
And I do have problems with all of the female characters and how they've been written in these movies, but not to say, specifically I would say like their dialogue.
Yeah.
But not to say there aren't strong female characters.
They turn into the damsel in distress really fast. Right. And then the dialogue becomes the damsel in distress style, where it's just like, I don't know. It's
yeah, and I think that happens the most in the first movie, which makes, I think, the most sense because it came out, it's like 2002, 2003?
Somewhere around there. I actually don't know for sure. I should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Early 2000s, so that makes the most sense for that, I guess. But like, still, it's just like, there's a lot of moments in this I'm just like, Jesus Christ.
It has to be hard because I can't sit where you sit on this issue, you know?
Right.
Especially, I mean, even, it's hard for you to, it's only going to get easier and easier to be able to see this stuff as we have more female directors, but even your predisposed notions of what makes a movie, a lot of it takes place through the male gaze, which is kind of weird,
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. That's interesting. So I can't imagine just being like tortured with that.
Like that's most of my early movie knowledge is movies like pretty much predominantly done
especially
by
growing
men.
up on Brat Pack stuff.
Yes.
And like 80,
Jesus Christ.
100%.
Yeah. All right. Back into the story.
Continue on. That was much more productive than our priest conversation.
Yes.
But yeah, he's got to go outside to get his community and kill his first infected. Spike's mother is also around. Her name's Issa, or is it Isla? Issa? Isla.
It's wait, they said it. It's like Isla.
Isla. Thank you.
Isn't it?
Yep. Isla, she's ill and spends her days in bed. Not for long though. Right now she's fully bedridden.
Yeah.
The other villagers cheer on Spike as he heads out with Jamie to go into the forest. And it's kind of not knowing what they're going to do. I was like, what the fuck? Like, the entire town is out, and they're like, go get him, Spike! And they're all hyping him up. And I'm like, Jesus, are they just that loved in the community? Like, they go out hunting, and they get this much fucking energy from everybody? My lord.
It was pretty crazy.
It was. But they talk with a couple, like, the council-type people at the gate and the watchers of the gate, and kind of have some dialogue about, we're already getting a lot of father-son dialogue. You can tell that this Jamie, he's building Spike to be the hardest man he can be, pretty much, you know, like he wants him to see everything, like he wants him to have confidence, and instilling that the entire time. And you can see it in this very first conversation when they're talking to the gate, because the kid kind of stands up for himself and says, I'm ready, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then they walk out. So the other villagers, they basically walk out into the forest. But to get to the forest first, they have to go across this big lake. This island has the perfect setup for a zombie apocalypse, where you have a big lake, but there's a land bridge from the gate all the way to the mainland. But when the tide's up, that land bridge is completely covered. So right now, while the tide's down, they can go to the mainland, which is the forest. And this is where they come across the first infected, which is the obese infected. Yes, these are like crawlers or something. I don't know what they call them, but it doesn't say here.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they're basically, if you know Vladimir Harkonnen from Dune Part 2 and Part 1 and Part 1, they look exactly like him. If you don't know him, then they look like Varys from Game of Thrones. If you don't know him, then they look like just a very, overweight, bald man.
Yeah.
Pretty much just crawling on the ground, eating worms and shit.
Yeah.
It's very gross.
Disgusting.
The two manage to kill them with their arrows, and it's a very hype moment where Jaime's getting his first kill. It's very worrisome. Right as they are getting this kill as well, there's another one creeping up behind them, so they create a nice race against time there, where luckily they realize that the other obese infected is right there.
Yeah.
And they kill the both of them, so Jaime's hyping up his son a whole lot more, and I think Spike's feeling pretty good about himself. He got a perfect shot.
Yeah.
Shot him right in the neck, just like his dad said. And they proceed forward and end up in a house where they find some interesting stuff in there. They're first just raiding it and kind of, looking for anything that people missed or whatever. And they find an infected tied upside down. It's basically, just tied like from its feet upside down. It keeps waking itself up or whatever and just struggling. And surely it'll die or get down pretty soon.
Yeah.
It's a very sad moment. The dad, Jaime, kind of explains to Spike that this is, somebody hung it here. And he makes Spike look at it, as well as makes Spike kill it.
It's terrible.
It is very terrible.
He's 12. What the fuck?
You can tell. So, in this world, I think you do want to raise your kids very differently, right? I'm not a parent, so don't trust anything I say. But Jaime goes really far with forcing his kid into stuff that he might not necessarily be ready for, and it's because he wants him to understand the world. He wants him to understand the world to the fullest that he can, and not be fearful, and just be able to hang in the world of a zombie apocalypse. So his motivation for doing it is fun, but he does go too far, and I think it's moments like this where not only does he have him look at it, but he also makes Spike kill it, which is just what?
I'm sorry. Just a party bus drove by.
Really?
That was crazy. Like, the lights were going all wild. Like, inside, like, you could see the LED lights inside.
I'll bet they're not having as much fun as us.
On a Tuesday night. I'm so sorry.
Dude, that'd be so cool if we could just put the mic in that car for just, 5 minutes, do a little spot. Just a bunch of drunk
I thought you were going to say if we could be in a party bus.
That would also be nice. We're fresh off the film tour, man.
I am worried. I'm so sorry to stop. But, do you remember that one time the security told us to leave?
Yeah, 10.
Oh, okay. We gotta speed up then.
It'll be fun. If he tells us to leave, we'll fucking tell him we're finishing up. It'll be 10 minutes. It'll be fun.
But I saw the security guard. He's like an old man. It's not like that teenager from before that understands what a podcast is.
I'm not like Elliot, so I can explain it. If it's an old man, that's good. Now I'm changing my way, but I have a good way to explain it. And sorry, that's not a shot at you, Elliot, if you're listening. He had an old man yell at him. My friend of the podcast, Elliot, had an old man yell at him. Not a good scenario. But I will respond to this old man, and I'll let us stay for as long as time. But I'm wasting time, so I'll get moving then.
Yeah.
So yeah, Spike kills the other zombie, and they have a very close call with a bunch more zombies coming through, where they just basically get up to an attic and wait. Unfortunately, the tide's coming back up, so they know they're gonna have to be out here much longer than they want to be. So as they're sitting up there, Spike sees a fire nearby, and Jamie's very offstandish about this fire. Just he's been explaining every question that Spike asks before he explains, but this time Jamie's just not really getting into what that fire is. Was it what?
I'm sorry. Offstandish?
Yeah.
Standoffish?
Standoffish, offstandish, tomato. Thanks for not letting me roll forward with that. That needs to be caught.
You could have kept it going. I was just it really
No.
off.
That needs to be addressed. Offstandish. He's offstandish. Standoffish.
Yeah.
There we go. But yeah, he's standoffish about the fire. So basically they make their way out of the cabin, and I think maybe before they went in the cabin or after, they see a huge run of deer just running along. It's just a herd just moving across. And I was thinking about how I'd never seen that before, really, in nature documentaries or anything, like deer, like that, in our country that are gained up in that amount of them. So I was just like thinking about, oh, well, the fact that there's much less hunting around, I think there's probably an overpopulation problem, which means that the deer runs, they're going to be way bigger, so it's huge herds.
I was thinking about how in like the past, I don't know which movie it was because I watched them very close together, but
The
in
Lion King.
one of the previous 28 movies, as in the 28 series,
not the 28 last movies you watched.
Not in the number 28. How they talk about like the rats and like different things. Oh, they're running from the infected. So like every time I saw something running, I'm like, oh, the infected are gonna be there. So that's what I was thinking about during that time.
Not to go back to the hunting, but I think because of my knowledge of deer a little bit, because they have like actual trails that they move on, kind of like deer streets essentially, where you can tell because of how their antlers move through it, like the paths that they clear and some of like where they're trampling.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe that's what that was representing, was a bigger version of that, but it's possible that it was the infected too.
I don't know, but they were like also eating, like the infected were eating the deer.
Yeah.
So.
They definitely could be running.
I don't know if it was overpopulation.
Well, they definitely would be overpopulating without the hunting going on.
I guess.
Oh wait,
but
it's not in the States. What am I fucking talking about?
Yeah, and the infected
I don't know
are
how
still
these animals
eating and
behave.
hunting the deer.
They could have not been deer. I don't even know.
Well, anyway.
Now
this is such a minor plot point. This is not good.
But after all this, short. As they're leaving, the two come across a pack of infected, which are led by the stronger and smarter alpha. This is very scary because the alpha kind of commands the infected.
Yeah.
Like I said, stronger and smarter. It's very concerning to see when you're out in the wild with just bows and arrows. The infected chase the two, but after... Oh, sorry, this was before going to the house. My bad. It wasn't my fault, actually. It was moviespoilers.com, but I love them too much to get mad at them. But before, there was a big infected chase with this alpha where they waste all their arrows first, and that's how they... that's how they get up into the attic.
Right.
But out of the attic, the alpha is already chasing them, but they start running back to the village, knowing that the alpha's behind them and knowing that the high tide is going to make the path back a lot harder to get through. So the alpha chases them, but Jamie and Spike are just running on the land bridge, which is a little bit covered. So they're like ankle deep water, just running across, and the alpha also comes out to chase them. He commands a bunch of birds. At a point, at least it looked like the alpha commanded a bunch of birds.
I didn't know what was going on with the birds.
I really thought that was going to come back.
It was
because
like crows.
Crows. There's a whole bunch of crows, and it was like in unison with the alpha's commands that they would gang up, and they flew right over the town. I thought maybe they were going to attack the town and start a breakout or something.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on with that. And we never really got an answer.
No, they never followed up on those birds. But the alpha's on the land bridge too, and luckily Jamie alerts the gatekeepers. They start firing back at the alpha, and just as Jamie and Spike are about to get to the gate, the alpha's gonna get to them. The alpha gets hit in the chest with a fiery, like bow of some sort. Some crossbow is a larger arrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the alpha gets killed, and they luckily get to the gate. But before letting both of them in, the lady's very hesitant. She's very standoffish.
Well, no, she just doesn't want zombies to be in the fucking area where all of the people are.
Yep, she wants to make sure that these two are not infected, and that's a very big, you have to play it safe. I think we've seen a couple more moments like that in these last two movies where you're frustrated because you know that these people aren't infected, but the other characters that you aren't aligned with don't know that, so they have to clear them first.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get in, and then there's a big party thrown. Now, this party was going to be thrown whether Spike got back or not. Or maybe I was just a little confused. So, they cross-cut a little bit before they, like, overlap.
It's very confusing.
Where as Spike is getting back, they're already celebrating. And I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? So are they celebrating beforehand? But then, like, right as Spike gets through the gate, pretty much, Spike and his dad are on stage celebrating with everyone else. So they were trying to overlap those two moments, but with how much sooner they were setting up compared to when, because they were setting up before he was even on the land bridge and stuff. I'm thinking they were going to celebrate anyways, or they at least set up for it and have some sort of mourning ceremony.
Yeah.
If the person doesn't come back.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Everything was just cut so close together. I was like, oh, okay, okay.
Totally.
I don't really know what was going on.
It was a little bit weird, but there's a big party in Spike's honor, and it's just an all-out celebration.
Yeah.
Spike's up on stage with Jamie. Jamie's just hyping him up, telling the story to everybody. It's a very nice moment, but Spike doesn't necessarily like that the story is being embellished, and yeah, he's just not feeling great. He's getting given some alcohol at 12 years old, which is not great. No. He sees his dad kind of run off with another lady, too, which is not good because his wife is sitting at home sick in bed. You know, a thought popped up into my mind during this, which is an interesting conversation, and stay with me here. Is it worse to cheat on your wife, or is it worse to cheat on your sick wife? And don't answer too fast.
What?
Is it worse to cheat on your wife, or is it worse to cheat on your sick wife?
It's obviously worse to cheat on your sick wife.
Well, I was thinking maybe...
What?
Maybe it's better to cheat.
No!
Maybe it's better to cheat on your sick wife because you're not getting that energy that she's giving to you constantly.
Oh my god!
Because
no.
You're and now let me make absolutely clear, what he's doing is very much in the wrong. You should not be doing this. But
no,
is it better?
Period. End of sentence. No, but
I think you're thinking
no. Here's
too
the
fast.
Thing. I can tell you. I have an exact reason. It's better to cheat on your wife rather than your sick wife, because then your wife also has the opportunity to cheat on you. When she's sick, she can't fucking do anything. You're out doing whatever the fuck you want. When she's not sick, she also has the opportunity to do those exact same things. So it's worse to cheat on your fucking sick wife. That is insane.
Wait, so because she has the opportunity to also cheat while you're cheating, it's then better when she doesn't have that option? How does that even... I don't even think that correlates that much.
Yes!
The other party cheating shouldn't even be a factor in this. It should... I mean, it's like... Because, like, yeah.
Yes, it should. No. My point is, she doesn't even, if the sick wife even really wanted to cheat on her husband because she was mad at him, she didn't, whatever, she couldn't. And he has that opportunity because he's not sick.
Would you agree if the roles were swapped? Sick husband.
Yes, what? It is worse to cheat on your sick husband and your sick wife than your healthy husband or your healthy wife. This is ridiculous. You should not put this out with you having this opinion. That is insane.
I mean, it's a hilarious... to a lot of people it might be disrespectful, whatever. I think it's a funny conversation to have because it's two terrible things lined up against each other. I think there's arguments for both. But
what? It is 100% worse to cheat on your sick
Cheating is so bad
spouse.
In any scenario, but having one reason to cheat makes it better.
What?
That's what I'm saying.
That is so terrible.
That's what I'm saying.
That is awful.
I will die on that hill.
But your reason being that they're sick?
Yeah, it's basically that you're not getting as much energy from your wife that you were before, so you see.
So you're gonna cheat on her?
It
is worse to have your motivation to cheat on your wife be that she's sick.
It's not that you're not cheating on her because she's sick. You're cheating on her because you're not getting what you were getting. That's the idea.
Exactly.
So that's the excuse.
Because the reason is because she's sick.
So how is that not worse than somebody who has no reason at all to cheat and then just goes out and does it? See what I'm saying?
What?
No,
okay,
no.
we are moving on.
Dude.
We've spent too much time on this.
Are you not
that
processing?
Ridiculous.
You gotta let me have that.
No.
Then at least refute it with evidence, because what I just presented is 100% in my mind correct. There's
it is
nowhere
not.
to go. You have, if you have a reason that, no matter how bad that reason is, that makes it a smidgen better than. Now the other side to it is the fact that your wife is going through so much more. There's gonna be fuck.
Yeah, there's no way to defend that.
I don't know. I think we have to ask AI.
I think there is absolutely no logical reason to cheat on your sick wife. But I also don't think there's any logical reason to cheat on your healthy wife.
So the fact that I can
or
pull
spouse.
out an illogical, hypothetical reason on one of the two, I think wins you, but no.
No, it doesn't! Because there's no reason!
Agree to disagree,
Both are bad. Can we just agree? Both are terrible.
Yes, we can absolutely
Great, let's
agree.
move on.
So, yeah, party's thrown, and Spike is just not happy about this, but he goes back to his house after he sees his dad cheat, which is not as bad as cheating on his healthy wife, but, yes, sorry, I'll leave it there. But he goes back home before talking to his mom and just talks to one of the elders, Sam, who's like a grandfather figure. And he's talking about the area with the fire. So Sam tells Spike that there's a doctor in the area, Dr. Ian Kelson. He's a supposed madman who we don't actually get this dialogue yet, but he laid out hundreds of bodies in a line when Sam had once gone to that area with another group. So during all these festivities, Spike is just hearing this harrowing shit. And the fact that there's a doctor, and decides to go comfort his mom and all this. So I think the next morning, Jamie comes back and is talking to Spike, and Spike asks Jamie about Dr. Kelson again, and Jamie's doesn't want to talk about it, but gives him the whole spiel about the bodies and everything. And they get into a big argument where Jamie slaps Spike. You can see that he quickly regrets his decision, but Spike holds a knife at his father and orders him to stay away from him and Ilsa.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what you should be doing in that moment, unfortunately.
I think it's Isla, isn't it? It's not Ilsa.
Sorry, Isla. My bad.
I would say the same thing because I think of
There's
Casablanca.
An S in there. Yeah, that's tough.
But it would be ILSA.
Isa.
Ilsa.
Gotcha. So yeah, then Spike's basically just like, he gets his dad away, and I'm like, what is your fucking plan here, Spike? How you're gonna go get the doctor, but you're gonna leave your mom alone, or like what's happening? So Spike decides to leave Holy Island and go to the mainland with his mom to find Kelson.
Yeah.
So basically, he hears that there is a person with the name Doctor
Yeah.
who definitely was laying out hundreds of bodies on his own.
Uh-huh. And he has been on the mainland once.
Yep.
Killed 2 people, one of which was tied up.
Yeah.
Okay? 2 of the infected, one of them was the one that, like, lays on the fucking ground and crawls around, and he shot it from afar. And he decides to take his mom and go to the mainland, and he's an expert now, and he can go over there and find the doctor, which is really fucking far away, and be totally fine.
Yeah, it's such a fucking stretch. I mean, the fact that he would even have this idea and go with it in the first place is insane. But
Not to mention, I'm sorry to cut you off, but the last time he was out there, he was chased back with his dad, who's like a great, like, he's like a really good hunter, like,
yeah.
He can do it really, like, couldn't even defend him, and they were literally chased back and almost died.
Yep.
And he thinks, yeah, I'll go out again to find this doctor
that we have no proof is an actual doctor.
His name
we have
is
proof
just
that he's a
doctor?
madman. Yeah.
Yeah, and your dad told you he wasn't an actual doctor?
Yep.
But sure. Go ahead.
We're supposed to be cheering for this too. That's the movie's aligning us with, like, we're not supposed to be questioning this decision.
Yeah, and like, get away from your dad, I guess. But
yeah.
This, I don't know if this is the right plan.
I would say not. But yeah, he's with Isla and going to the fucking mainland. Unfortunately, although she's no longer bedridden, she's just chilling. She can walk. They kind of pointed out where, like, the grandpa character is kind of like, when she's good, or whatever. When she's on the turn, she's great. You know, so I guess she's on the turn now. She can get out of bed and go walking for a while.
Yeah.
But they, she's also going in and out of lucidity, where she's basically thinking that her kid's her dad, and just having a lot of problems because of her sickness, which we don't know what it is yet.
Yes.
It's really sad.
I think, yeah, and really remember how this is like a 12-year-old, so all of this stuff is happening consistently throughout the entire time, like, we've seen these two characters interact. Yeah. Like, it's clearly a lot for this 12-year-old to have, like, his mom calling him her dad.
No. And it's never really unpacked either, you know? I think just as Jamie was doing in the beginning, asking this kid to just be a man, the movie asks us to do the same thing.
Yeah.
You know? And you get that feeling the whole time that what's going through his head must be so difficult. We never really get to see what it is, but he does a great job acting the part.
Yeah.
Of, you know, he's obviously fucked up by this. And in fact, you can kind of tell because he doesn't like to explain to his mom that she's wrong. He kind of lets her have her thing. But yeah, meanwhile, as all this is going on, a group of NATO soldiers arrive on the mainland. They're chased by a bunch of infected, and it's just, I was like, no, what are we doing here? We're about to, because the movie was pretty good up until this point.
Yeah.
I was really happy with it. At this point, I was like, uh-oh, and I think this was the start of a big slide for me.
Well, here's what I thought at this point. I'm like, okay, it's been okay. It's kind of dragging a little bit, but it's gonna get good.
Yep.
Based on how the formula was for the other two movies.
Right. 100%. I mean, that's your predisposed
like, I wasn't
notion.
necessarily like, this is a good movie yet.
Yep.
For me.
I was... Yeah, I don't think necessarily I was thinking... I thought it was a good setup so far. Like, I liked the relationships. I liked...
Yes.
The area that we were in. Their way of storytelling, of not giving things to us, like, on a platter, was really nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just a setup, and the other movies would make you expect that there's going to be a whole lot more.
Yeah.
Which there really isn't. But soldiers arrive on the mainland, they're getting chased by infected, and some of them are also falling victim to the rage virus. 3 soldiers survive all this, and they go through a tunnel where they're confronted by a new alpha, apparently. I didn't even realize this was a different alpha. Oh, of course it's a different alpha. The other one died. I just kind of forgot.
Right.
I was just like, oh, it's the alpha.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, but this alpha tears one's head off with the spine still attached. This is like a thing.
That's how you like know they're an alpha. Like, they tear the head off with the spine.
Yeah.
There's like blood like, that's just like their move.
It is, yeah. You tear the spine out, you put it up in a tree or a high place somewhere.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's beautiful. But basically, as all this and going on, Spike and Isla are just moving. They're getting chased by another horde of infected, and they're pretty much screwed until they go into a gas station that's filled with these beautiful blue fumes, which look terrible CGI. Right?
Yeah.
That's what that had to be. Unless it was some of the weirdest color I've ever fucking seen on screen.
It looked really strange.
It looked just weird and glossy, and like I couldn't see things through it correctly, and the layering looked off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just didn't quite look right, but the gas station was filled with fumes, and the infected break in. There's a soldier, luckily named Eric, who shoots the gas and ignites it, blowing all the infected to hell. I like that. That's in this moviespoilers.com. It's pretty good. So Eric is pretty exasperated, but he decides to help Spike, and the mom gets him out of the gas station, and is basically like, how are you going to help me now? Yeah. Asking Spike a bunch of questions. Spike doesn't really know. He can't help him get back to his men. So Eric, even though you really thought he was going to take a turn and not keep helping him, decides to put Spike's sick mom on his back because she can't walk now. She's going through one of her phases. And he's just hauling her off. And Eric is like the best character in this fucking movie. Not actually, he's like the most normal character. He's just so nice. He's like a breath of fresh air compared to every other character who's so fucking trauma torn and just...
Yeah, well, because he's just like... normal. Like, everyone else has been, like, quarantined on this island for 28 years. Yep. So he's just like a normal guy.
Exactly. And he talks about how he didn't even like really want to take, he got in the Navy as a bet to prove a point.
Yeah.
And now he's out here trapped on an island, and it's really sad.
I also must say, because of his accent, I had no idea his name was Eric until finally at the end when they were, I won't say it yet, but eventually, what's the little boy's name? Spike said his name, and I was like, oh, it's Eric.
Eric.
Yeah, I had no fucking idea what he was saying.
It didn't sound like Eric, but it's our American brains here. Sorry, folks. But yeah, they basically move forward. They take a little break where they're eating some apples, and there's a nice little bonding session. There's a bunch of dialogue back and forth between Eric and Spike, where they're just talking about, you know, the weird mom situation going on, and also just all the differences they have. You know, Eric pulls out a phone, and Spike's asking him, "What's that?" And Spike's making references that go over his head, and
Eric has like a picture of his fiance on his phone, and she has like a shit ton of lip filler and like work done.
Yeah.
And Spike's like, why does she look like that? Oh, someone in my village like is allergic to like fucking something. I don't remember what he said.
Yeah.
And her lips get like that too. It was so funny.
That was amazing. It was honestly like
the guy next to me was cracking up.
Really?
At that shit, yeah.
He like, dude, that Conan O'Brien commercial at the very beginning, he was cracking up at too.
Yeah.
He loved the Sackler joke. Like, sponsored by the Sackler family and Saudi Arabia. Oh, whatever.
You had a really good laugh. I very much enjoyed sitting next to him.
I joined him. It was great.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically then they get up. There's actually another great joke. This is Eric brought the comedy. Because, like, the mom gets up and starts walking off because she starts hearing some screaming. And Eric's just like, wait, she can walk? What? He's been carrying it this whole time.
Hilarious.
But yeah, Isa hears an infected woman screeching inside a bus, and she walks in away from everybody, and cannot seem to she's walking so slow, they're running, but it takes forever to catch up to her. And here begins the worst scene of the movie.
Oh.
Isla sees that this infected woman is pregnant. They're on the train, and she tries to calm the woman down, and the woman, essentially, she's about to give birth, and Isla does this, like, what's it called? The people who take in baby, midwife or something?
Yeah, I don't know. She just helps birth the baby. And also, we haven't mentioned this yet. All of the zombies are completely naked.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because it's been 28 years.
So we haven't pointed that out yet. But just keep this in mind. I'm not just saying this. This will be very important, okay?
Very.
Because this scene is fucking insane.
It's definitely the worst scene in the movie.
So basically, she's like helping her give birth, which is
gross and terrible.
Yeah, but like the zombies like chill while she's giving birth. I mean, like
the baby's chill
she's giving birth, but like Isla's like holding her hands and like she's chill for a second there.
Yeah. And the kid's fine, too. Not infected at all.
Yeah.
They're very confident in this. No, like, birth defects or anything, too. It seems like pregnancy would... So apparently the rage virus does not affect any... The birth canal or any type of operation down there.
Right.
Which is great, I guess. That's never really explained either. Why we have this kid or what it means, why it's not... There's so many open-ended things that they leave on this, but... So after giving birth, though, the infected woman, after taking a little sex, she goes berserk. So Eric shoots her in the head, and Spike and Isla see that the baby's not infected, but Eric still wants to shoot her. So Eric's just like, put the baby on the ground. Put the fucking baby on the ground.
Yeah, which, like, what the fuck?
And they were just like, no, I'm going to protect this baby. I just gave this baby. Isla wanted to keep it for her own.
As you fucking should. And I'm thinking again about 28 weeks later in the start of that movie. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean...
like, she's literally, like, someone is holding a gun at her, like, put the baby on the ground, I'll shoot both of you. And she's willing to risk her life for a baby that just came out of a zombie.
She's also barely lucid. I mean,
that's fair.
Maybe in her right mind,
I guess that's fair. No, but she still continued to take care of the baby.
That's true. I think before all this, actually, we missed a spot where, before they meet Eric, on their way to go see Ray Fiennes, the mom and the son basically try to sleep for a night, in like this church or something.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, and there was one of the obese infected that crawl up on him, and he basically gets his face right up to Spike's face, and right as he's about to kill him. The mom like woke up and saved Spike's life, but then she doesn't remember it. It's really weird. It's like they wanted to do a moment, but they're like, fuck, we have nobody to save Spike. And then they're like, wait, but we can't have this woman consciously save Spike. So they just said, fuck it.
Yeah.
That's weird. But, yeah, Spike and Isa see that the girl's not affected. Eric wants to shoot, but before he can make a move, the Alpha is on top of the fucking train, pulls Eric out, and tears his head and spine out. Very nice. Sad death for Eric. Yeah. He was a good guy. Good guy. I liked Eric.
I mean, he was good until he was trying to kill a baby.
Well, an infected has a baby, and this is your first time on the island. I don't blame him.
But, like, he was gonna kill a baby and, like, a mother of a 12-year-old. And possibly also the 12-year-old if he was trying to protect the baby. Like, he didn't give a fuck about any of them.
You watched the second movie, right?
Yeah.
So you understand they don't give a fuck about... This is the military. So, like, he is...
Right!
Yeah.
Military bad in these movies.
Yeah, and
that's my point.
In the second movie, they literally go from...
That's my point.
Step one of taking out infected is to shoot the infected. There's a bunch of snipers on the roof. It's like, shoot the infected. And then step two is like, fucking there's nothing in between. All bets are off. We're shooting innocents. We're killing everybody. And with no hesitation, not trying to screen anyone. Even when people, like, look like they're about to, you know, like they're conscious, they still shoot them.
But that's my point. Like, I thought he was, like... I thought he was, like, chill, because, like, he was saying this shit about the bets, and I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't really believe in that, and then that happened, and I was like, fuck. Come on, he's one of them.
I think he's only in the wrong in that situation because of who we're aligned with. If we are aligned with, like, picture we're him, right? We walk up on the bus, see this lady holding a baby, and then a zombie that you just had to shoot. You're probably gonna be like, put the fucking baby down, please. What are we doing? Like,
yeah, but you can do that without threatening to kill. Also, Isla.
How? She has the baby in her hands.
Okay, well, is the baby actively threatening anyone?
That's a good point.
Like, it's a baby literally wrapped up.
Dude, I think
arms cannot move, legs cannot move. Baby swaddled. Literally.
I guess that's true. Like, there's no imminent threat.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, what's the baby gonna... You think the baby's gonna jump at you?
That's my point.
Yeah, that's fair. I can... At all times in these movies, and zombie movies especially, I understand when people kill other people. I understand when people... Like, the most fucked up things that people do, I am able to understand it because of the situation that they're in. This is still an instance of that, except that fact that there is no imminent threat.
Right,
like,
I agree with it.
If we could have set up the Alpha thing better, right? Because this whole movie, the Alpha seems like he's coming for the baby, but it's not made explicitly clear.
Yeah.
If somewhere along the way we're told that the Alpha's coming for the baby, and Eric knows it, everything's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, because, you know, they do paint these pictures with that in mind, where it's like they want you to sympathize with every side of this, you know? At most times.
Which is why I think they make his character so likable.
Yeah. 100%. But yeah, Spike and Isla run out, and they got the baby, and they're chased by the Alpha until they're saved when it's tranquilized.
I'm sorry. We need to go back.
By Dr. Kelson. What?
We need to go back because the most insane...
Yes.
Like, okay, we just watched a zombie give birth, right? And then a guy's, like, head ripped down by... I'm talking so loud, my ears are fucking ringing.
Jesus Christ. Love to hear that.
A guy's, like, head and spine ripped out, and the fucking Alpha jumps in. Do you want to explain what happens in this next scene?
Yeah, pretty much the alpha jumps in the train and just starts running down the train. And the camera work is like trying to line up his dong right in the middle. Like every shot, it's cutting between the two running and then the camera but it's just him and his package is just swinging everywhere. And it's huge.
Like hitting the sides of the like chairs on the train at some point. Like it's absolutely insane.
He's an alpha infected with an alpha cock. That is it.
It was the crazy, like my jaw was on the, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
That's what you want from this movie, man.
What is happening?
Yeah.
Because if you haven't seen the two other movies, they are not like that whatsoever.
Well, I mean, the reason they did that is because the clothes are gone after 28 years. So it makes sense, but it was over the top.
It was so, and like...
They're trying to make it a thing. They're trying to make it a social media thing, without a doubt. That's what that is.
Yeah. But just like, coming off of the birth scene to that, the entire time, just being on that train, birth, spine, head ripped off, that scene, and then they're like chased, then we can continue, they're chased off. But that was just, I don't know, something about watching that in a fucking like packed theater was just like the craziest thing ever. Like, there was just like, I could feel the energy of everyone in that theater being like, what the fuck is going on? Could you not?
I was more captivated, so I was just like, what the fuck? I was not gauging everyone else. I wish I was. But I think that it is 100% a marketing move, was what they're doing there. Like, literally. I can picture a conversation where somebody brought the first version of that prop for his cock, and then the director was like, no, that's too small. That's too... Fucking ramp it up times 10. Because the reason I'm saying this is because of Nosferatu in November. Do you remember all the shit about the dick in Nosferatu?
Absolutely.
It's the same... They're trying to do the same shit. It's smart, but it takes you out of the fucking movie in a moment that's supposed to be traumatizing. You know?
Yeah, the energy in the theater was crazy after that scene, especially when the movie ended. Like, the amount of people that just, like, as soon as the credits rolled, just, like, popped out of their seats.
Love it. So yeah, we meet Dr. Kelson, and because he saved Isla and Spike from the Alpha, and this Alpha, he like knows. He has a relationship with these people. He named him Samson. He says he's just one of the Alphas, and he developed a toxin to keep Samson docile, so he knows how to like combat against these people. I don't know how he's developing this toxin. They never show it, but they also never go any further into his relationship with the infected, which I thought was going to be a huge part of the movie. I was really waiting for that. But instead, Kelson just shows off his bone temple, which is not where that infected goes to get it on with some of his friends. That's just a bunch of skulls that's aligned on pillars, and one really large pillar in the middle that just has hundreds of skulls on it.
Yeah.
He basically says that he creates all these as a shrine, or a memento mori, which is for the deceased. Memento mori means remember the dead, I believe. Yeah. And so yeah, this is like his new religion essentially. Isla and Spike don't give a fuck.
Did you say he's orange?
Did I?
He's completely orange.
I thought he's red.
No, he's orange.
I thought it was red. Huh.
What?
Yeah, I totally saw red.
Are you insane? He's completely orange.
These are one of those like pink.
And he's wearing orange.
To me, it looked like he was wearing red. Like, I'm telling you.
You are insane.
Look, you see colors differently.
Insane.
You're gonna pull up a picture.
Yes, there is no way that looks orange to you.
This is one of those things where it's like, hey, is this short? You can go around with a shade of orange. I don't know when you're wearing like an orange shirt, but you're just like, is this shade of orange too much? Some people tell you yes, some people tell you no. It's because you're seeing the color differently. It's like a pink and.
You're telling me that is red.
Yeah, that's red. 100%. Like that.
Like he's red down by his hands, but his face is all orange.
It looks red to me. I don't know. This does not matter though, does it?
No, but it's important to remember that he's a completely different color.
Yeah.
In the orange to red
His reason
genre.
for that never comes back. He just says it's some shit that he rubbed on him to deter, but it doesn't work.
Yep, I don't know.
This movie goes off the fucking rails.
It does.
So then, like, Spike and Isla are not questioning at all. I look, you got a baby on hand, you got, like, mom's sick and everything, we need to have a good conversation. But they didn't even fucking say one line about how insane it is that all these skulls are around, or question, or anything about it. They just walk through this as, like, this is another Tuesday. And it's, to me, was the most unrealistic part of the movie. Because, like, look, I know these people grew up in hard times, but also, specifically the kid, he grew up in a time where there wasn't fucking skulls everywhere. And knowing the story that his dad told him, there would be some type of concern. But because of where they went with the movie, they didn't want us to feel concerned, so that they wouldn't let the characters go there, so that we wouldn't go there. And that was the problem.
And you know what they could have done? They could have taken out the entire birth scene and put on more expansion of that.
Yep. I think me and you are doing the same thing in this moment, where we were planning for more movie. Like, what's going to happen here? Okay, he's with Ralph Fiennes. To me, it was one of two things. Either Ralph Fiennes has a relationship with the infected somehow that's larger than what he was doing with Samson. That was my one. My two was that Aaron Taylor Johnson was going to fucking find him, and then there was going to be this weird situation where the kid sides with Ray Fiennes.
Yeah.
And now as an audience, we have to go abusive and cheating dad or psychopath murderer.
Right.
Fuck. Well, maybe that should be an easy decision, but it would have been harder because of how they try to align us here. That would have been great. Instead, they're just like, no, think how I think. You'll see what happens. They go a route with this guy, trying to make you think that he's not good, but not a bad guy. Which is, in fact, like, his ceremonies are not bad. I
mean, I do have a problem with a lot of the dialogue, like, specifically in this. Like, it's very much throwaway, like, very much, this is exactly why I'm doing this, I'm explaining this so we can move on from this scene.
It was good, and it was, like, fleshed
out. So they're
enough.
Explaining exactly why they're doing this. Yes, I wish that they did more with it to build it out, but the end result of what happens with this whole character, I don't disagree with it. I think we'll have a disagreement about that.
We shall see. Only time will tell. Kelson he's piled all the skulls into a tower, and he also takes Eric's head and burns the flesh off and adds the skull to the tower, which, again, Spike has no problems with. He gives maybe one weird look at this skull and is just like, all right, I'll set it on the fucking tower for you. So then he determines that the baby was protected by her mother's placenta, which spared her for infection. Okay, I missed that. That's how the baby was born, apparently. Because there was one throwaway line about the placenta.
I heard it and I went, oh my fucking god, this is so stupid.
I mean, at least
And he was like, it must have been the placenta.
Hey, at least they try to explain it, right? It's not the crows, it's not the weird
That's how I feel about a lot of things. Like, at least they tried to explain it.
But yeah, apparently that's better for the infection. And then Kelson does an examination on Isla and determines that she has terminal cancer. Spike is devastated, but Isla accepts her fate and confronts him. So then the adults drug the kid. Literally, that's what Kelson puts Spike to sleep. Because Isla wants to go off peacefully. And then it's a very sad and emotional moment in the last conversation. The kid kind of drifting off on these drugs while Isla prepares herself for the mercy kill.
And I want to kind of put an emphasis on, so when this scene is happening, so Isla is like hugging, is his name Spike?
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
How do you not remember Spike?
is like hugging Spike, and she's like lucid in this moment.
Yep.
And she's like talking to him, like everything's gonna be okay, blah blah blah. Like all of that, like good shit. And then like kind of there's like a nod to, I don't know, is it fucking Ray Fiennes' character?
Doctor.
Who ends up like shooting the thing to like drug him, and she like continues to be like, it's okay, like it's fine. So she's lucid through this like entire time that like she knows she's gonna die. So like you can,
it's a really special moment, and I've heard stories like that of people on their deathbeds, like not brain dead, but people with Alzheimer's, I don't know how you say it, but
Alzheimer's,
and they like have like before death, they have like a very big rejuvenation of like their memory, where they start talking to their person like they're really there and they're in the moment, and then they're gone. So it was, and that's the one thing they did a great job in this movie. Not the one, but one of the things they did great with was the parental relationships. I think they were really well done. You know.
Yeah.
We saw both sides of the coin with, you know, bad parent, good parent. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, Isa is mercy killed, and
You just cannot say her name right.
Isla is mercy killed. And Kelson, of course, presents the skull to Spike, and Spike again. Sad about his mom dying, but nothing in his brain about how weird this whole process is. He just takes the skull, and Ray Fiennes is like, put it in the best spot or whatever. So he climbs to the top of this skull tower and puts it on the very top, and the music is swelling, and it's a super emotional moment. And I'm still sitting here fucking looking at a kid climbing up a skull tower, trying to be like, you're wanting me to feel this emotion? Like, how they wanted me to be in that kid's head enough to where I'm not paying attention to the doctor, I'm not paying attention to any of the surroundings, I'm just paying attention to the moment. But it's really hard when the moment is a fucking skull atop a whole bunch of other skulls. It just didn't give that punch for me that it should have.
It did for me.
Wow. How did it win you over?
I don't know. It was just like...
Basically, for you to feel that moment in its full capacity, the doctor has to win you over. That's it. You have to be in that kid's headspace where he's just as fine climbing that tower as you are.
Well, I don't know. I feel like it's the moments leading up to that really make that moment just, like, hit. Like, the whole time when she's saying goodbye, like, you're thinking about and they do, like,
and I was into that.
They do, like, the little, like, flashback scene of, like, all of, like, and it's so sad, and you're, like, thinking about, like, just, like, the continuous, like, which is a theme sometimes in these movies of, like, the parent, like, sacrificing themselves for the child, and she's doing that, but in a much different way from in the other movies, because she's doing that because she's sacrificing herself protect her son from basically herself in her illness that's going to make her worse.
That moment is fine. That's complete. I was super into that. It's the climbing up the skull tower with the mom's skull, the kiss on the skull at the top of the tower.
Yeah.
Fuck no, dude. You need...
I don't know.
For me to feel that moment, personally, you have to have me cheering for this whole process. I have to be looking at this ceremony as a moment of love, as a moment of passing over, as a finality. And to me, it felt just still like a weird fucking thing that this crazy man is doing and now is indoctrinating this kid into.
Okay, but can I ask you, what would the alternative be?
What would be the
alternative, like, ceremony to honor his mother be in this moment?
There's no ceremony.
What would they do with her body?
There's no ceremony. Her death is enough, right? When he sets the skull on the counter to present it to the kid, that's when the kid drops this whole fucking act, how he's acted like the skulls haven't been weird this whole time. And yes, and
I don't know.
And now you reveal the doctor's dark side, and we are into a 10 times better story, because then you can have Aaron Taylor Johnson show up. And in fact, you could have Aaron Taylor Johnson show up already. Then the kid has this realization after the mom dies. Now the kid wants Aaron Taylor Johnson back. And it's this
and it would also make an emphasis on why there was, like, the rule, like, was so, like, bigly brought up that, like, if you go out, no one's coming out to save you. I do think that would be good for the story. But I have to say, I do think I was on the doctor's side. I don't know what it was. And I was so in the moment leading up that I was really in that moment, and I thought it was nice.
If the person listening has not watched this movie, they've probably been on your side for each of our arguments today. But this time they have to just be like, what the fuck? Because you're arguing for climbing a mountain of skulls with his mom's skull as the saddest, most, like, fucking biggest moment. It was the biggest moment of the movie. It absolutely was climbing that skull tower. And so that not hitting just sucked for me, man. I'm jealous that you were able to feel that. on the level that you were supposed to.
And I guess I can't defend it, but I don't know. I guess I was enough on his side. For me, I do think it was a lazy explanation, but like I understood it enough, and at that point, I already thought his dad was kind of an asshole, so I'm like, oh, that seems kind of on brand for him to like be a dick. Like this just seems like a sad, like lonely old man that's like very like honestly, that was my side. But on a plot standard, you were completely right. That would have been a much better storyline. But the thing is, this happened near the end of the movie.
And I wonder if it could have been me trying to figure out what was going to happen with that place that took me out of that place more. So I couldn't get it. I don't know. The whole ritual just wasn't memento, whatever. It just didn't do it for me for whatever reason. But I'm glad it did it for you.
It did.
It's better conversation that way. The following day, Spike and Kelson must evade Samson again. The movie's pretty much fucking over at this point. They jump into a pit, and then Samson fucking sticks his hand through the ground in the pit and lifts up Kelson, but then Spike knocks him out with Kelson's morphine darts, which I don't understand why they didn't just shoot that up through the fucking... Because he's looking down through like a drain of some sort, like a cage. They could have just shot him with that thing down there, but apparently, no, we had to wait until the doctor was in a very bad spot, and then we show that we have the tool to sedate this zombie. But yeah, Spike knocks him out, and afterwards, Spike and Kelson, they part ways, which don't explain why. It's just like, Kelson just like, think that's it for us, and then Spike's like, yeah, that's about it. It's like, okay. Kelson doesn't want to take care of the baby. I don't know. Kelson was so excited to have somebody see his place. You'd think he'd want him to hang around for a little while longer. But Spike brings the baby all the way back to Linda's farm, along with a note for his dad, and he leaves it at the gate. So the other villagers have to take care of the baby since she's clean, and then Jamie runs out to the river to try and find Spike, but it's high tide. Spike is nowhere to be found. We then get a jump to 28 years later, days later, where Spike is eating a fish he caught until he's found by infected. He kills one, but he's chased by more until he hits a dead end. Spike is fucked at this point. I mean, he's back down. He's pretty much out of air. He's got too many coming. And then luckily, a mysterious blonde man, Jack O'Connell, is the actor's name. I don't know why that's in there. Okay. And his cult of similar-looking followers offer Spike help, which he quickly accepts. The cultists then proceed to pull out acrobatic stunts, and there's, like, some weird grunge music going on.
And they're dressed in the color of the Teletubbies.
And they are dressed in the color of the Teletubbies.
Jumpsuits.
The man introduces himself as Jimmy, the same Jimmy from the beginning, and he still carries his father's necklace, although the cross is now flipped upside down. He tells Spike that they should become friends. And that is our movie.
Oh my god.
We can talk about that real fast, though.
It was so insane.
It was just weird. Like, what they're trying to do is cool. I think they wanted us asking the whole time, who's Jimmy? Like, did he get his name changed? I remember initially thinking that the dad was Jimmy. He was Jamie. Not quite.
Yes, I also thought that Eric could have been Jimmy.
Eric as a misdirection.
Because he also had a cross necklace.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
So there was, and then he just came in at the end, and it was just, and then the movie ended.
Honestly, it's a funny thing when you think about how many things they didn't come back to, that they do come back to that. It's like, haha, you thought we weren't going to get another one.
And that would be the most insane movie. No, that would be the most insane scene in the movie if it wasn't for that other fucking scene.
It's true.
So
it was weird for me.
Kind of after that, I was like, okay, I guess anything can happen. Like, fucking zombies are having babies that are just like not infected because of a throwaway
their placenta.
Sure, why not?
It's insane. I think although it's a cool little callback, I kind of like the joke.
It's not like in the entire two other movies they've talked about how like, oh, the infection spreads through blood.
Yeah. It's dumb.
No concern, no mention of that whatsoever in this movie.
But I was just saying, I like calling back to that. Like, it's a good thing. It's a good little joke. But the fact that it is such a tone shift after such a flat third act, it feels so fucking stupid. It's like, dude, you threw up on a fucking premiere website, on a Premiere app and gave me the last hour, and now I have to sit here and listen to your joke.
Right.
It is not good.
No.
But yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Let's get rolling here.
That's it. I'm gonna roll pretty quickly through characters because you might have guessed there's not a lot of development whatsoever in like many of the characters. Like I think the most kind of background we get is probably like not background but development is like the mom, just because she's sick.
Yep.
So we see a lot of different levels with her and her relationship with Spike. Also, I guess Jamie, the dad's relationship with Spike a bit, but turns out a little rough.
Yep.
In the end. Yeah, I don't really know. There's not much to say for this category. Like, it's just... We just kind of get into the movie and you have these characters and there's not a lot explained about them.
Yeah, I think every character had more to them that wasn't explored. Every single character. We had the mom with her dark side where she killed the zombie. Yeah.
Or scenes would be shown or they just say things and then nothing else would happen with those.
Yep. I also had very high expectations for Ray Fiennes in this one, and his character to me was just... all that he was, you knew in the first 2 seconds of meeting him, and then that was it for his character. No type of development anywhere.
Completely.
I wish we would have seen more development with Spike, with seeing where his head was at with a lot of things, but he didn't really have somebody to talk to about that. A third character with the mom would have gone really well earlier than Eric. Yeah. I think could have been important for his development. But yeah, just a lack of development on everybody, and a lot of flat characters, but well done relationships we can give. Well done relationships. So, yeah, something.
I would say that. Do you want to give your favorite character and least favorite character?
Sure, yeah. I'll go with my favorite character. I'm going to take... Shit. Okay, I'll go with least favorite character first. Mine's going to be the mom, unfortunately.
Oh, damn.
It's all these characters, I feel like, could be picked as either your favorite or the least. Genuinely.
It's crazy that you say that.
I really think that, like, maybe there's one that sticks out as the favorite more, but it's just, like we said, so many of them that just don't have the depth that they should. There's even depth presented to us that isn't there, And for her, my big problem was how just, like, she would basically do whatever the story needed. Right? If all right, we need to go off and walk, she's good to walk. We need a little carrying scene for 5 minutes, let's have her get carried. We need her to walk the rest of the time, that's just fine. We need her to wake up for a second, save the kid, okay, let's do that. And they were just, it felt like they were using her, and it ended up being cancer, by the way, we didn't even say what it was.
Oh, yeah.
Her sickness.
No, you did, you said it was terminal cancer.
I did, good, yeah. I can't, since she was the proponent of, or is that the right word? She was like initiated the birth scene too.
I guess.
And it was just annoying for me. It was like, what are we fucking doing here?
Yeah.
That was mine.
I'm sorry to mix it up, but I'm gonna go favorite character.
Oh, okay.
Because it's crazy that you say the mom is your least favorite character.
I don't think, really?
Because I'm going with her for my favorite character.
Okay.
I don't know what it is, but I was thinking about that for, like, most of the movie, about something about, like, that type of character is always, like, so interesting to me. And it's usually when you're watching movies with, like, the mom that is either sick or, like, very mentally ill or whatever it is, but they still have, like, that strong bond with their child, but they're, like, not okay in a sense, you know, and like usually doing impulsive like things and like shit like that. But it's usually like movies like back in like set in old times that is happening when there's not like actual care. So I think it's so interesting that we have that character that I've kind of seen before, but in a futuristic sense, in a like zombie apocalypse movie. So I really liked the mom character. But like you said, like, any of the characters could really go either way for favorite or least favorite because there's not a lot of like building.
Yeah,
on
at least
them.
the mom, she did have a bit of an arc, at least.
And I think
but
because
it was a sickness arc, really, that felt convenient.
Yeah.
But it was an arc. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Do you have your favorite?
Favorite? I think I'm actually. I'll take the easy one. I'm gonna go honorable mention real fast for the dad. I think Jamie did a great job of playing just enough of like understanding why he's making his kids see this stuff, and also being a bad person to both make me hate him and make me feel bad for him when his kid wasn't there at the end.
Absolutely.
You know, and I think that says something about the character. But really, I'm gonna go with Spike, just because I wish his dialogue would have kept up, like, more similar to how it was with his dad at the beginning, where he was the learner. It was weird how he just turned into a fucking huntsman all of a sudden, like, he knew how to do everything. But I think that the performance from a kid like that means a lot, and being able to tell a story where you are aligned with the kid the whole time, and he acts just about how you would up until the third act for me. Fuck, man. Yeah, I think it would be him. I'm honestly going back. It's the dad or him.
Okay.
I don't even know. Least favorite?
Least favorite, I'm probably gonna go with. Now, this might surprise you. I'm gonna go with Ray Fiennes' character.
Yeah. Oh God, I should take yes.
Although he did like very much like kind of like win me over in a sense with what was happening in the situation wise, but like overall, like his character was not good. There was nothing there. He's just throwing a bunch of like information out, and then it's like, this is what we're doing.
In fact, he never actually proved he was a doctor.
Yeah.
He did a couple doctory things on his checkup.
Yeah.
And then he gave a diagnosis.
Yep.
And then killed the person who he gave
and
the
then
diagnosis
she was like, yeah, I assumed that.
He was pointless. He was like a character for a set piece. They could have done so much shit. That's a great shout.
Yeah. Anyway, best and worst scene?
Best and worst scene. Worst scene. Which one of us is gonna take it? I hear it. You can take it. You can take worst scene.
Okay.
I'll take a different worst scene. I'm gonna go with the beginning scene with the priest in the church. That father thing, I don't like at all. That needs to be made abundantly clear. I also just don't.
I don't know.
I don't like that it was a setup for something pointless, and I don't like that they never got into the religious stuff. If you're gonna set up the religious stuff, do a little bit more with it. Do a little bit more with Judgment Day. Do something there. It was like they wanted to check a box.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the birth scene 100%.
Yes.
That was terrible.
Yes.
That was awful.
Anything that happened on the train, fuck that.
Yeah, no. That was crazy. So, we'll just say that's a good way to categorize the entire train scene.
Yes.
Is what I will say.
Best scene now?
Best scene?
Best scene, I'm gonna go with the leading up to the mother's death. That's definitely mine.
Okay.
I can take a different one.
No, you can. I took the easy one for the. You can take the easy one.
I think the emotion was there, and I loved what you mentioned earlier about how she was completely lucid during this moment. Like it felt so important that she be in that state, and it was just like perfect. I also think to be able to drug a kid, yet make it okay, is kind of a feat. You know?
Yeah, that's very true.
So yeah, I'll take that one.
That's very true. I'm just gonna go with the scene where Isla, Spike, and Peter are all like kind of like in the field, like
Peter.
Peter.
Eric.
I don't know why I said Peter. Who's Peter?
I don't know.
Eric? What the fuck? And Eric are all like sitting in the field, like eating apples and like just like chilling and talking, because it's like nice.
That's cool.
For a second.
A lot of warmth.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I think so.
Like the funniest moments of the movie were in that scene too.
Absolutely. I do want to mention something really quick. I want to take a quick second to talk about the other two movies.
Okay.
And kind of how they compare to this.
Yeah.
movie because for me the action shots were not the same as the other one. I'm going to mention from 28 Weeks Later. There's a scene with a helicopter. So one of the military guys is flying is flying a helicopter, and another military guy he's like kind of communicating with and is like, all of you can't come, there's like a bunch of people, and someone like jumps on to like the side and he's like swinging it around, in the entire time like the camera is just like spinning and there's like zombies like it's such an insane scene and it was so fucking cool to watch. And there's some great one, like I'm sure you have some great ones like in the first movie that are just like insane.
The biggest thing that stood out to me in the first movie in general was those action shots. Is that what you called them? Like, because my least favorite thing in a horror movie, my least favorite thing is a jump scare because I think it's cheap as fuck. It's not an actual scare, but also you can feel it coming every time.
Yeah,
it's pretty much like you have a 10-second span where all the audio cuts. And you, within this 10 seconds somewhere, there's going to be a jump scare.
I literally count.
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. I need to start doing that. But basically, in 28 days later, they will show you the jump scare before it happens. So the one I remember the most, they're inside a kitchen, right? It's 3 people inside a kitchen. And they're talking. And all of a sudden, conversation cuts, and it goes outside. It's just breathing that you can hear with the infected, and it's a lower frame rate, like 12 frames a second or something. That's capturing the zombie running, and then you go back inside and get the jump scare, the zombie jumping through the window. But what happens is it's like a breath of it, like takes the air out of the room because you're going through the conversation, and all of a sudden everything's blank, and you know something's coming. But it's like it feels so purposeful and well done, and they didn't do any of that. Is everything okay?
Yeah.
You sure?
I'm sorry. I'm just so distracted by the people.
Your eyes say like something's wrong. Whatever.
What did I say? I said don't stop. I just get distracted.
It's hard because I look over and you're somewhere else. But yeah,
I'm 100% listening to you.
The way that they create those jump scares, if you can even call them that, are such a specific way that they do it, that they replicated in the second movie plenty of times. They didn't do any of that. In fact, I didn't see the frame rate drop at all in this movie, which I thought was the staple for when the zombies attack in this.
Yes.
So that was really odd.
Yeah.
Really odd. Yeah, I agree. But
you agree with yourself. I agree with what I just said.
I don't know. What were we talking about? Yeah, right there.
The action shots in the first movies versus this movie.
That was a huge problem for me.
Yeah, like, me too.
It didn't feel like a 28 movie.
No, it did. I just watched them in the last like 24 hours. Yeah. Maybe 28 hours. That'd be crazy.
That'd be nuts.
That'd be nuts. Okay, we can move on to your segment. If you're ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Geo's Hidden Gems. This is a segment where I talk about cool things that I found about the phone. Whatever. First production and filming. Smartphone filming. This movie was shot primarily on the iPhone 15 Pro Max.
Insane.
The biggest feature-length film filmed on a smartphone, showcasing innovative cinematography techniques. Never even really noticed. So, fucking awesome.
Yeah, me neither.
It looked like a little lower quality in some shots, but I figured it was just a different camera.
It's also
probably just 15 out of focus.
The first 28 movie is so low quality, it's insane.
Oh, it's dude, have you looked behind the scenes and stuff for that?
I didn't.
Like the one thing I'll mention about that first movie, works in Geo's Hidden Gems, is that all of the like exterior shots of London and things, when Cillian Murphy's like looking around, they were done with no permits at like 5 a.m. in London, where they would have a 10-minute window where it's like, street's clear, all right, get out there, fucking go, and then they'd miss it and have to go back and do it again because one car drove through.
Right.
It's insane. No permits. So cool. There were also special rigs for these iPhones, with up to 20 phones at a time, capturing multi-angle shots, enhancing the chaotic, immersive feel. That was still present, you know, the constant cutting, almost to the point where it feels like it's a mistake sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, it's like those cuts that mess up it would drive the director of photography crazy because they're trying to get it set like the last shot, you know? And normally, but in this movie, it's like, it doesn't matter which way your hair is or whatever, you can cut to the next frame while looking at that exact person, you know? It doesn't matter. Northumberland and Yorkshire locations. Filming spanned Holy Island, Fountains Abbey, and Yorkshire Dales with a bone temple set built in a national park, amplifying the folk horror atmosphere. There's also some railway filming where they were shot on Yorkshire's embassy in Bolton, hired specifically to enhance the film's post-apocalyptic setting. Prosthetic use, photorealistic prosthetics simulated the genitals, so don't worry, that wasn't a real penis you had to look at there. For graphic realism, depicting the affected. It was also for child labor laws, I learned about. Yeah, so like because there's children on set, you can't have nudity present on
Thank
set.
God.
Yeah, so but you can simulate the nudity?
Yeah, it's a little weird.
It seems like a gray area, but alright.
But I'm glad.
Glad it's fake? Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, at least.
Hopefully someone told the kid. Production history. The film faced delays due to rights disputes, and in 2024, Andrew McDonald secured the rights from Searchlight Pictures, selling them to Sony to fund the trilogy. There's also a distribution ship, like I said, from Searchlight to Sony. And this was a back-to-back sequel production, so it's filmed coherently with its sequel, The Bone Temple, which I didn't even know, set for January 2026.
Oh.
Be on the lookout for that next year from Fresh Out the Film.
Interesting.
Now we're in narrative and themes. There's a title change. Initially planned as 28 months later. What? I didn't even know this.
God.
It was initially planned as 28 months later until the title became 28. Sorry, is that not? That's a huge advancement for what we've been talking about today. That's
I'm sorry,
massive.
there was just like a siren going up, and then you just gasped. It was a lot of.
So it was gonna be 28 months. They weren't gonna skip it, but they decided because there was a long gap in between the two that they were just gonna jump to 28 years. I think that's terrible. So there is a lost fucking copy, at least, of that name out there. I wasn't lying. And then there's also new infected variants, which are the slow lows, is what they call them. The obese, sluggish infected, reflecting viral evolution, which is pretty cool. Containment clarification. They clarified that the outbreak remains contained in the UK, which apparently that's not true because of 2025 Reddit post from Alex Garland. I don't have that Reddit post, but that's kind of interesting. It does go further. Archival footage, black and white footage from 28 weeks later appears during Jamie and Spike's mainland journey, integrated with archive clips to invoke the franchise's history. I didn't even realize that. Didn't notice that at all, actually. There's a hymn reference, the same song that they sing 28 days later when Jim finds his dead parents. There's a Teletubbies callback, obviously, at the end. The term zombie is used for the first time, and zombie baby used twice. I remember that term. Alex Garland acknowledges the plot draws from Kess, 1969, which is an unexpected influence for a zombie film. I don't know that film, but apparently not zombie related. There's also political commentary here. An isolated Britain cut off by European patrols serve as an allegory for the Brexit post-COVID isolationism, subtly critiquing Little England mentality. There's also the amnesia theme, obviously, where Garland explores amnesia in survivors, regression to a pre-1960s society. So before we could treat it, basically, what would amnesia look like? And that's what we saw. So that's why apparently it can do anything you need for story purposes.
Interesting.
Marketing reception, poem in the trailer. That's like down, down, down,
Yes.
down. I don't know what she's saying, but it's from a 1950 recording of Rudyard Kipling's Boots, read by Taylor Holmes. It's a poem. The trailer impact was huge, 60 million views online within 24 hours, and there was an in-universe dark web page detailed classified reports of a UK survivor infected. Yeah, so cool. There's also a premiere event on June 19th in Newcastle, attended by Danny Boyle and Alfie Williams, celebrating the role with crews and extras. Big box office success, UK rating. It received a 15 certificate in the UK, lower than the 18s of 24 and 28. So that's interesting. So ages in the UK, it's not like R or whatever for us. So this is a 15 rated in the UK.
Right.
Not 18, which we don't have in the middle over here, but it's kind of interesting. I would beg to differ that you should lower that, but okay. And then a little bit of cast and crew. Danny Boyle's first sequel since he did Trainspotting 2. You'll have to watch Trainspotting. I cannot stomach that movie. I fucking hate that movie. Oh my god. It's visceral.
Oh.
But not in the way that you think. Scottish band Young Fathers composed the score, blending indie pop and alternative hip-hop. There's also Jodie Connor's Geordie accent. She studied X Factor clips to get the accent. Pretty cool.
It's funny.
And then Ralph Fiennes' Do Rule Fiends. Dr. Kelson is painted in iodine to help repel infected. Balances mad scientist and poetic survivor with a larger role in the. He's gonna have a bigger role in the sequel. So it's set up role for him.
Oh, interesting.
So knowing that there's a sequel, that does change a few things, but it doesn't excuse the third act still.
Right.
Imogen Poots expressed interest in reprising her 28 weeks later role, while Cillian Murphy, I think that's the female lead in 28 weeks later. Cillian Murphy is an executive producer on this movie. He's eyed for future sequels as well. But he's confirmed for a lead role in the trilogy's later films, spewing speculation about Jim's fate.
Yes, I want to see him back.
And archival audio, Cillian Murphy's "Hello" from 28 Days Later is used at the end, revealed as Jack O'Connor's Sir Jimmy Crystal. I didn't even hear that, but that's cool.
I didn't either.
And that is the end of Geo's Hidden Gems.
All right, moving on to our personal casting.
I'm sorry. Can I go first?
You have no option.
You have to be the mom, which you're happy with.
That's fine.
Good. You're the mom. I think I would be interested to see you try to do the amount of things she does. She plays she's different every fucking scene.
You don't think I could?
It'd be a challenge.
I think I could.
I think you could, yeah.
I think you'll be happy about this. I would cast you as Eric.
Yeah, I knew I was gonna be Eric. I'm not.
You're not in the age range of any of the other characters.
I'm not manly enough to be Jamie. I'd rather be Spike or Eric.
You're also only almost 20.
Yeah, I mean, if we start lining up ages, I think all of our personal casting will be fucked.
But still, it's just
Just imagine when we have to do a personal casting for Toy Story or something. This would be a lot more fun. You could be anyone.
I know. That'll be much better. Negative quality and positive quality.
Yeah.
I have mine.
Go for it.
So for negative quality, I'm gonna go with the dialogue.
Yeah.
It was rough through a lot of the movie. And I think Elliot said this, but sometimes the dialogue was good, but sometimes it was just awful and it took you way out of the movie.
It felt like scenes were written by different people.
Yes, absolutely.
It really did.
Do you have your negative, or do you want me to do my positive?
Yeah, my negative is gonna go with the action shots, like you were talking about, and the action scenes in general. I think they're so different than the originals that they just didn't give me the 28 vibe that I like. I wanted to see more of that. I wanted to see how they could do it with the iPhones. I wanted to see how they could take it to the next level. I think the cinematography got better in the second movie, worse in the third.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be mine.
I would agree. For positive quality, I'm gonna go with what was I gonna say? Just the camera work in it, not specifically the quality of the camera in all of the shots, but just the different shots. Like the previous movies, it was still good, even though we didn't have those good action shots.
Yeah.
Through all of the chill thing, they had a lot of just different and really unique camera work and shots happening there.
Fair.
Positive?
For my positive quality, I think I'm probably just gonna go with the set pieces. Although they were a bit underwhelming for what they did with them, I think there were multiple different sets that I liked a lot. The train, the main island, the skull place. I think they were all just very different in their own type of thing, so I'll go with that.
Yeah.
And the set dressing too. It was really well done. Yeah.
Yeah, ready for the critic reviews?
Critics reviews. Here we go. We'll start with the bad ones. Adam Graham from Detroit News. It's an uneven mix of horror movie gnarliness and human melancholia that never finds even ground or a consistent tone, and may make viewers reel from genre whiplash. D. Okay, I agree with the non-consistent tone. Yeah. I think it really only did that at the very end.
Right.
I think they blended the comedy better than this guy's admitting. I think the end is what really fucked up the tone for me.
Absolutely.
Kyle Smith from the Wall Street Journal says Mr. Boyle has made more than his share of memorable films, but he's also delivered some stinkers, and unfortunately his new one carries the fragrance of a zombie underarm. Rotten score. Not much to unpack there.
Yeah.
Good ones. We have Kate Walsh from the Tribune News Service. We know Kate. Not personally. We've read her reviews before. Just when we thought the life had gone out of a zombie movie, Boyle and Garland remind us that the genre is flexible enough to evolve alongside our own reality and remain one of the most powerful cultural metaphors. I think that's true. The cultural metaphor stuff too. I believe there's so much. We haven't got too much in that stuff, but there's a lot of themes that are poking at much bigger cultural ideas. And then David Jenkins from Little White Lies. It's a film which manages to have its daft thrills and convincingly pivot to wistful philosophical introspection. And while there are certainly some rough edges and unexplored plot avenue, it works. 3 out of 5.
Yeah. I don't know. You ready for our ratings?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. This movie was underwhelming for me. I think that I expected I expected a bigger story. I thought they were gonna, because they ramped it up in the second one from the first. They kind of went back down. I think a bar for this story a little bit. I expected a lot more from Ray Fiennes. I think I saw him in a lot of the marketing. I was really, really excited about him. And truly, like I said, as I was watching it, I felt like the first half of that movie did really, really well. And once the dad slaps the kid, not really. Once Spike leaves with the mom, that's when it just went out the window for me. So much logic was missed. I think the things that they wanted me to cheer for and the place that these writers and directors wanted my head to be at, I just wasn't there for a lot of it. And the biggest thing was that third act. It just completely fell off the wagon at that point for me. I didn't feel the emotion climbing the Skull Tower. The Teletubbies thing at the end just completely confused me. I had I think it completely fell off, and what could have been a better written story is what really needed to push this thing to the top. So I'm going to sit this one at a 2.6.
Yeah.
Going very low. This is just not my jam, to be completely honest. I didn't even mention the weird moments with the pregnancy and the dick stuff back to back. Like, that stuff for me, it's not supposed to tone shift, but it does tone shift as well, you know?
Yeah.
And it's just not it.
Yeah, I would agree. I thought it was very underwhelming. I did really like 28 Days Later, but this movie, it just, I don't know, it didn't really do it for me. I was just really waiting for something big to happen, and sort of the only big thing that happened was the pregnancy and dick stuff, which was not great or fun to watch whatsoever. It was just insane. So I was just like, I kept waiting for like the good action that was in the past 2 movies. I didn't like 28 Weeks Later as much, but I still really enjoyed it. So I was just kind of waiting for it. So for that reason, I'm going to put this movie at a 2.3.
Dang, that is very low.
Yeah.
Holy shit. What was like, was there anything that could have, if they changed one thing, was there anything that could have saved you?
It was just...
What did you say, 2.2?
2.3.
2.3, sorry.
It's just that, it didn't... I had higher expectations than what it was. It didn't... I can't say exactly what could have been, like, different, but, like, a lot of things could have been different, and it should have been more like the vibes of 28 Days Later.
Yeah. It was just so bland, man. Just not a full story, you know, not full characters, not full anything.
Yeah, so I would say you don't have to go see it.
I would agree. I think wait on
I would say watch 28 Days Later. It's great.
100%.
Watch 28 Weeks Later if you want. It's pretty decent.
Yeah.
But yeah, you don't need to.
Agreed.
All right. Anything else to say?
I think I'm pretty much good to go here. Nope, not at all. This is Gio coming in the editing process just to say we kind of forgot one thing, which is announcing our next movie. So I just wanted to come in here and get everybody very in the racing mood. You know, maybe watch Cars this week. Maybe watch what's it called, Days of Thunder this week. Get hyped up because the first Apple TV theatrical release is coming, which is F1. We're seeing it next week. Very, very exciting, but back to your regular programming. If anyone wants a hiccup update, my hiccups are gone. So after 2 days of hiccups, they're gone. Very good.
All right, so with that, I'm Mara.
And I'm Gio.
So join us next week after opening weekend, because waiting to talk about movies is clearly not our thing.
Okay, we're going to find out. Holy Island.
Okay, so AI was right. Welcome back to the Holy Island. Jesus Christ.
Hey, we are going to talk. I thought this movie was going to be a lot more about God after the start.
I know, me too. I was like, uh-oh.
Yep, so this is problematic. Well, God's not problematic. For me, watching a movie that's
like
much based in
great.
Christian faith can take some of the muster out of it sometimes.
Except when it's conclave. I'm sorry, you switched between Ralph and Ray.
Yeah. Sorry, I don't want to. It is Ray Fiennes, by the way. I looked that up for the. Yeah.
That was crazy. Just watching that live at the Oscars and be like, "What the fuck?"
Not as crazy as the slap.
Okay, I pasted that.
Since we brought up the slap today, should we discuss it?
Why?
I love talking about the slap.
There's no reason.
I told you, it's our generation's
Make
OJ.
a short about that.
It's amazing. Yeah.
Don't say that.
This is our generation's OJ.
You will get cooked if you say that. Are we not going to address all the zombie dick in this because our grandmother
we
listens
definitely
to
are.
this?
You can't ignore it in the film. So we have to, we can't ignore it in the podcast.
Because what the fuck?
I mean, I only saw it in one scene, really. And then I was like, whoa, they're going all out with this.
That
and then
was
it was
crazy.
like 15 consecutive shots of just swanging that thing.
Yeah, that was insane.